Justin is going to join us in a little while. He just texted me.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Everybody.
Good morning, everybody. This is our Q&A with Dr. Zhu, and hope you are all doing well today. So how are you, Dr. Zhu?
Good. I'm doing good.
How's it in Taiwan?
Taiwan is very good. We don't have any new case for 2 months.
Really? That's amazing. I think you're the only country in the world who has no new cases. Yeah?
And just wait for right time to go to China.
Is it still under, so when you go to China, do you have to quarantine?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And do they designate the hotel you have to quarantine in?
Yeah. You have to pay, I don't know, $400 a day, 400 RMB a day.
Oh,
So, lots of money.
I see.
In Taiwan, the government pay for it.
That's amazing. I think Taiwan's government is the only government that will pay for it. In Hawaii, you have to quarantine, but you can stay at your own house, but you cannot leave. And then in the beginning, if you leave, they were going to have a fine, a $5,000 fine. But the government wasn't giving anybody a fine. So people said, they're not going to fine you. You can go out. So some of the tourists went out and they went on the beach and they took a selfie and they put it on Instagram. Then the police went and now they're arrested. And so, you know, all these people got fines for $5,000. And so it stopped. So until they started to fine, it didn't stop.
What happens if I return to Seattle now? Do I need a quarantine or what?
I don't think so. I haven't heard that. Yeah. So how is it in Ukraine, Taras?
In Ukraine, more and more cases, but it's not like some stable growth, or it differs from day to day, and nobody knows how it will be in the future in several weeks. But some doctors say that in September, October, it will be much more cases because of the weather and seasonal diseases.
I see.
So now it was a little bit decreased, but when quarantine was a little bit, you know, slighter, people started go out, go to the beaches and everywhere, and started hugging after sitting at home. They were much relaxed, and that's why I suppose one of the reasons why it was the second wave of increase. And so now it's going on.
So in America, Saturday, it's July 4th is our Independence Day, national holiday. And usually people go out, picnic, and have a barbecue, and have family get-togethers, friends get together, and they watch fireworks at night. So it's a time when a lot of people get together, but they're afraid that that might cause a little spike. My friend always has a party, but I think this year, no party, but I wouldn't go either because just, you know, age-wise, and just got to be careful. Yeah. So let's talk about Feng Shui. Taras, do you have any questions for Dr. Zhu today?
Yes, I have one question about Fortune Corner. Dr. Hsu.
That's the same question.
Tell us, please, because so many people almost every day ask the same question. What is the Fortune Corner? Please show me. Please write to me exactly. Where is this Fortune Corner? Dr. Hsu, please explain us.
Oh, and the other question, the Fortune Corner, is what do we put in the Fortune Corner?
Yes, it's the most important question from people.
Yeah, so what is it? Hey, Justin, how are you?
Little sleepy, but I'm great. Yeah, it's continue. I like what you're talking about. I'm curious too to know why you can put over there.
Okay, Dr. Zhu, the Fortune Corner. What is the Fortune Corner? in Feng Shui?
You know the new term, Fortune Corner is a new term actually, because historically there's no such a thing, Fortune Corner. What is a Fortune Corner? You know, is the when you enter the main entrance, the diagonal space, you know, across, you know, diagonal, the space that is supposed to be called the Fortune Corner. See, what happens is that the diagonal space often is a hallway, go to the back. So in that case, what your Fortune Corner is not good, you don't hold the energy. That's what people are thinking about. Actually, one Fortune Corner, we call it, you know, energy corner. Is that, you know, when you go to a place, you can connect with energy. You will connect with, if there are people, you connect with the people, right? You project your energy. If there's no people, you connect with plants. Now that's the living plants. Now again, the energy connection. If there's no people, no plants, then your eyes will go to the farthest place. I mean, diagonal place, will rest on there. Okay, that's what the human psychology is. So it's good that, you know, there's such a place you can settle down. You can look at the diagonal corner and you find something and you feel you settle down. So in general, people say diagonal place could be diagonal on the left or on the right. And that place is called so-called Fortune Corner. Then why Fortune Corner? People say that if the diagonal place is something settle your feeling, you know, is a corner, is a plan or something, settle a feeling, that is good. But if you look at the corner, it's a window outside, so your mind is not settled. Now it's a hallway, go to back kitchen or something, the mind is settled. So your Fortune Corner is not that good. So that's really psychological, you know, the point, you know, how you feel, and then you go to a place. So people say it's good to go to enter a place, your mind can settle on something. That's what the Fortune Corner is. Then people start to talk about what should we put on Fortune Corner.
Yes.
Again, there are many theories, right? You say, well, if you want to have something that growing, so it would be good plants on Fortune Corner. And they say, well, some people good, you put the safe, there, put the money there, or put the vase, the vase that should have some money, something to settle your feeling. That's the pure stretch. And then some people say, well, it's good to have a fish tank there, So it's really not that very relevant, that important. But since already everybody talk about Fortune Corner, so we might just explain the Fortune Corner this way.
Okay, thank you.
So in Fortune Corner, also people say in Fortune Corner it should be more static, not dynamic. But people also say more alive, not less alive. So you put the plants, you put the safe, you put something there, it'll be good. Not the window, right? Then you look out again, your mind still wandering.
Dr. Hsu, and sometimes after this explanation, people ask during the consultation, they ask, what about living plants? If we put in this place on the window living plants, they die. Any kind of plants, they start dying on this window. What to do? Is it, maybe it's not Fortune Corner, or it's bad sunlight or something else?
That's not, I think that's not the Fortune Corner issue. That's just in some plant need more light, some plant need less light. Like Dracaena need less light. You put Dracaena there, you get burned. So that's
yeah. But they tried different kinds of plants, plants that like sunlight, the plants they don't like sunlight, and the middle. So different kind of plants.
Yeah, but people just have their one case and they fix it and they try to ask questions. It's plain issue. It's nothing to do with chi issue.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Justin. Now that
Yes.
you've heard this, how are you?
Honestly, I'm great. I feel awesome. Little tired though. I've been sleeping just a little. My brother came from United States to visit us for a while, and you know, like connecting with family. I'm helping mom in the garden, just doing stuff, working. So, but yeah, it's been great. Yeah. So,
So do you have any questions for Dr. Zhu today?
Yeah, I was curious because last time I was working in the boat, I was a little busy, and I remember I mentioned something about the Feng Shui for boats, and I wanted to know a little bit more of it, because in the beginning when I started learning Feng Shui, I thought it was not good to live in a boat. Like I was always striving to look for the 4 features and look for the ideal landscape design. But then Dr. Su mentioned that it's just different lifestyle, and I keep meeting more and more people that actually been living years in sailboats or big boats. And I don't know, I was more curious about about living is living in a boat bad feng shui or good feng shui. He says just different lifestyles. So now I'm starting to consider that as something that is doable. So if I was gonna choose a boat to live on, what would be an ideal boat design from the feng shui perspective? So I don't know, it's just curiosity. It's not something that many people are doing. You know, it's not like, oh, the feng shui for boats. Just something that I have now as a curiosity. How can I keep applying more these concepts in the boating community? How to improve the feng shui in a boat? But you know, I don't know, this is all new for me, applying feng shui in a boating. For me, it was just a transportation thing, but now I keep meeting people that actually live on board for years.
Dr. Zhu?
I mean, feng shui is about your living environment. You know, your lifestyle could be that 300 days in a year you're living in hotel, you're a businessman, right? So whatever your living environment affect your emotion, affect your health. Then you live in a boat. Of course, that could be your interest. It could be your necessity. Could be your lifestyle. That's what it is there. But how is the energy of the place? That's what we are talking about.
How do you feel inside the place?
Yeah, I mean, you're on boat. You know, you can be a fishing boat, you can be a yacht, it can be a small yacht, it can be a big yacht. It's all different. You know, cannot just say the boat.
I see. Okay. One of the things that I noticed is that most sailboats, the bedrooms, because of the shape of the sailboats, the bedroom where people sleep is in a triangle shape. So it's because they are trying to get the space, you know, make it the most used of the space. So most of sailboats and catamarans, the bedrooms are in the front and in the back, and it's usually a triangle space, like the whole front of the sailboat. So does that mean that the people who sleep in that place will have less quality of sleep compared to someone who sleep in a square bedroom?
Definitely, there's a compromise, right? The happy or not is based on your expectation. You expect things life in a certain way, then if certain way, then you're happy. If not, you're not happy. So you want to sleep on a boat, then you know what to compromise. Definitely, it's not as good as you sleep on the big bedroom, no. But again, that's a compromise. You like to stay in the boat. There's a reason there. And also that, talk about boat. Are you living in a houseboat or are you just traveling or what?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, is that I think I get it. So about like the purpose of it. So is trying to see how can I improve the energy flow in a boat, but some of them are so small that it's, as you said, it's about how you feel. Like you don't want the boat clutter as you don't want your house be cluttered. So you want to go in there and feel welcome and feel good. Also, I guess that having plants inside the boat helps too, even though you're in the ocean. So yeah, just a curiosity that I have. But I guess it's about the same, just like living in a studio, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's just lifestyle, completely different lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends what kind of water you're on, if you're moving, rough water, calm water, that affects the feng shui and kind of
another thing. Does this
too
make
broad? Your subject is too broad. Gotta
yeah. Another thing in the marinas, I noticed like for example, let me see, I have a tool here that resembles. Okay, so the marinas, usually you have the space and then you have the dock like this. And you have boats on each side of the dock. So
yeah.
I noticed that some people put their boat facing the dock and other people put it facing out of the dock. So people who put their boats facing out to the water, out of the dock, the other boats create a mountain presence. If you have the boat facing the dock, then you're giving the back to the water. You're facing the dock, so the boats in front of you and the boats on your sides will be kind of like the mountain and the guardians, kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to apply, does that works? Dr. Hsu, like if I put the boat...
Or are you overthinking it?
but you understand what I mean, right? Like, for example, you have some scissors here. So you have the boat, and if you put it like this, facing out, the boats that are on the other side will be kind of like your mountain. Yeah. But if you put it facing in, I mean, can I apply that in a marina?
I think the first priority is apply how to get in and get out. Convenient to get in or get out. Now that's the priority there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have another question. Right now, I'm in a temporary situation where I've been moving a lot, and now I'm in this place where I'm sharing my bedroom. I'm also having a like mixed workstation / bedroom. So I don't want to compromise too much my bedroom. I want to keep it as a bedroom where I come to sleep. But I noticed that in boatings, in sailboats, they make so much a small space very useful. So in my bedroom, I have my bed and I have my This is the most solid wall, and I have my desk. And I'm sitting, giving the most solid wall is behind me. So my desk is next to my bed. The problem is that when I lay on my bed, I see the desk, and honestly, it feels kind of too much. And I noticed that if I move my desk and I put it against a wall, and it's not, I move it away from my bed, my sleep improves. So if I get better feng shui for work, I'm sacrificing my sleep quality. If I get better feng shui for sleep, I sacrifice my work production. So I'm in this between that, okay, so the bedroom is supposed to sleep, but I'm sharing it as a workstation also. I need to be productive. And I've seen those bedrooms where you take the bed and you kind of like lift it up and or put it against a wall.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that, Dr. So like having during the day is an office, and then at night I put the bed down and I rearrange it to sleep. Does that work?
You know, life is a compromise.
So are relationships. I'm having mixed feelings with the relationship with my bedroom right now.
Well, I think that's going to become more and more common, Justin. It's very, very common now that people sleep and work in the same room because of the situation we're in. And I think that's a good point. You know, as Dr. Zhu says, it is a compromise, which, or are you going to move your desk every day? You're not. You're not.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Okay. So I think I should be leaving it as is for the time being, and I don't know, eventually have a bedroom and an office and not both in the same place.
Well, if you can, maybe you put a partition or something between your bedroom and your desk, bed and your desk.
That's the other option that I thought, that maybe put a divisor or
yes.
maybe like a gypsum wall and divide both, and then the bed itself will be in a very enclosed space. I said, well, to sleep, you know, it's a gym activity. We're going to sleep. You don't need much space. Like even if it's tight, you're just sleeping. But I wasn't sure if it was like it, because about the energy flow. I don't want to convert the bedroom in an office. But as he said, it's compromise. You gotta decide. I'm trying to have a 50-50 balance, but
I think every bedroom is different.
Yeah.
So I think you have to go with your feelings too. How do you feel in that position? If you move your desk, like you say, you tried it and you sleep better.
Yeah.
How about working?
Is that my bedroom is pretty square. You just imagine a square, and I have my bed here, and the desk, it's kind of like pushing the energy towards the bed because, I have it like in this shape. So
yes,
I feel this. When I lay on my bed, I feel this pressure from my desk because it's higher. So since it's higher, when I lay on the bed, I see the bottom of the desk and some stuff, and I feel that pressure. So what I did, I moved it like this, parallel, but now I sit facing the wall, giving my back to the door and other parts of the vessel. The week that I did that, I was not productive at all. Like, in fact, I didn't touch the computer but one day for a whole week. And it was weird. I said, you know what? I'm sleeping better, but I'm not being productive at all. And then I found myself entangled in this, like, okay, so the bedroom, should I go more towards the workstation or more towards the bedroom, how it's supposed to be? But, I wanted to know your
solution. I have a solution.
Yes.
Try. Why don't you put a piece of cloth, some kind of cloth on your desk so you don't see the legs, you don't see whatever, and it becomes
Yes.
more of a solid form.
I thought of that, and I didn't think of it as a piece of cloth. I was planning to go to Home Depot and buy some wood and just make it solid. But yeah, I think like that.
If
that
you
will
break
work.
something over, it becomes a whole form. Then you don't see all the mess, maybe.
You know what? I will take a picture from my point of view when I lay it on the bed, and I will do that fix, and I will take another picture from that point of view.
Yeah, and then you tell us how you feel.
Okay, you see, nice experiments. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But what do you think about having a folding bed? Is that something that it's convenient? Like people should do that? People who live in a studio? I remember that Taras mentioned something about people who live in a very, very small place should have a folding bed. Is Feng Shui convenient?
Dr. Zhu?
To make most use of the space?
That it's a reality, prove the truth. Now, as long as you sleep good, it's good. You're not sleeping, it's not so good.
See?
That's
I
your
completely
truth,
agree with
Justin.
my-
That's your truth. No, but like, in Japan, traditionally, you do that. You sleep on the floor every day. You put away your bed and you put it in the closet. And then you eat there. It's a room, a multi-purpose room. They only had one room. They didn't have multiple rooms.
Okay.
So you had a table and you put it in the corner at night, and then you take out your bedding and you sleep in the same room. In the morning, you put away your bed and you bring the table.
Ah,
That's how
nice.
you used to live in Japan, and some people still do. If you go to a Japanese hotel, a typical Japanese hotel with a tatami mat, that's what you do. It's one room. Usually it's a room with a little bit of a balcony, but it's an indoor balcony. So you sit on the indoor balcony with sliding rice, the sliding, we call that shoji.
Yeah.
And the room is empty with a low table, so you got to sit on the floor. And in the evening and in the morning, they serve you breakfast and they serve you afternoon tea and dinner on there. And then after dinner, they come and they clear everything for you. You don't do it. They clear it for you. Well, I don't know. I guess there's different levels of hotels, and then they lay out your bed and they put all your bedding out for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Japanese people, they pretty much adapt the room depending on the circumstances.
Absolutely.
There in the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that the bed, we say that in the class, we say that it's good to sleep on the bed, not on the floor. See, the point was that it's a negative space. That wherever you sleep, the negative space should be good. That in the sleeping, I grew up in the sleeping in tatami. Everybody sleeps on the same tatami. So that the negative space is just space. No chair, no desk, no whatever, so whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that your negative space is good. Above you is space, so that's fine. But again, in Western style, you got chair, you get table, you get something there, and you sleep on the floor, then you have all this negative space, not good. You can see the table, desk, whatever is there, So it's not so good. It's that, so the ideal space is that when you sleep, you have ample, the negative space, above you, then you will sleep better.
I see. Yeah. Also, if you have like a tatami floor in the olden days, very easy to clean. They just sweep. It's not dusty. They just get a cloth and they wipe it down. It's very easy maintenance, not like in the Western where you have permanent stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, also that we grew up, we are poor, right? We sleep on tatami, we only have one blanket. See, 4 people share the same blanket.
Wow. Yeah, you used to warm each other. Get closer, you get warm up by the next person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, people in the previous days were more adapted to live in any environment that now people are spoiled now. You cannot
Yeah,
live without
yeah.
AC in the Caribbean now.
Well, I think it's
Everyone-
also more natural. You know,
Yeah.
like when we were kids, we used to sleep with each other. It's just natural,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
like puppies.
Yeah. And then now it's like you have to sleep in your bed, and parents are so scared that they gotta, don't come to my bed, you know? But we used to
Yes.
sleep together. It
Yeah.
wasn't a big
Nice.
deal. I slept with my kids for a long time. They want to sleep together,
Oh,
you know? But
Okay.
in Asia, it's very common to sleep with your children.
yeah.
Because if you're sleeping on the floor, it doesn't matter, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see.
Even if 4 people, if it's not 4 people sleep together, it's face each other, 2 here, 2 here, right? And on top is a blanket. So your brother or sister's leg is in front of you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard that one before.
Mm.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Dr. Zucchelli said to say hi. So I
Hi.
told her, please join us, and she didn't join us. Yeah.
Oh man, this is great. I think I'm looking at you guys like right now. I see all the faces, and I was missing you. Like even though we do this every 2 weeks or so, I don't know. I kind of like was missing you. Taras, you look so great. You look very enlightenment, and yeah, you all look
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
Tara's face look like the Xuyun master. Xuyun, empty cloud master.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
from time to time, I pronounce his word. He repeated, "Amitofo, Amitofo." When during the daytime, I read Amitofo.
Nice. How's been things over there in Ukraine? Like things are eased up and improving about the virus and the fire that you had a couple months ago. Are things getting better now?
It's the second wave of virus after the quarantine was a little bit more slight here, and more people started having COVID virus.
Okay.
And what
Here,
about
yes,
Puerto
ma'am?
Rico?
Well, for Puerto Rico, it's very funny because now the government, they extended the curfew until 10 p.m. and tourists now are starting to look for activities. So there's a lot of tourists like looking to do stuff around. So
So you're
there's,
still getting the tourists.
yes, we're getting tourists. Jet skis started opening this week. They've been sold out. But
Wow.
it's weird because not every business is open. In fact, a government business, they're supposed to open the 15th of July, but private business are opening, and it's starting to you feel the energy, you feel the movement. In fact, we had this the Sahara dust. There was like a storm over there in the desert, in Sahara desert,
Wow.
and all that
Oh, Sahara. Yeah.
flew over the Atlantic and came to the island. And
Yes, the dust cloud they were calling it, I think.
yeah, the dust cloud. The sky was for a whole week dusty, dark. Yeah, you go out. I usually from my window can see the ocean. I couldn't even see the buildings. It was dusty. If I put water in the walls inside the house, if I just get a cup of water and throw it in the wall, you see red dirt coming down.
Really?
Yeah, the air
Incredible.
conditioning system, fans, everything got dust, red dust.
Oh my
And
God.
now, yesterday was the first day that I could see a blue sky. Today is very clear too. It's beautiful how it was.
Gosh. So it left like a layer of dust everywhere.
Everywhere. Like, it's crazy. There's a bedroom that it rained and the water of the rain came through the windows, and now the walls are like dripping red dust downside. We gotta clean the whole house.
Oh, how strange. So you gotta
Yes.
wipe the whole house down.
The whole house, everywhere we gotta wipe it down. Just from the air coming through the windows.
Gosh.
But it's funny because now that I see for example, yesterday, first day of clear sky, I see blue, and I started to see birds coming out and more people coming out, going to the beach. So you see the activities, like the energy in the island now from yesterday, it's much better. But past week, it was very gloomy, like cloudy all the time, but no, it's not gonna rain, but it looks like grayish, and everybody was like indoor. It was very weird feeling. To live in an island where you used to see the ocean and blue sky was very weird. It was like, when Seattle gets gloomy like that.
Yeah,
Like,
often.
But we're not used to it, and we had it for a whole week, and things were like. So, but yeah, things are improving.
9 months.
Yeah. About the COVID, well, cases are being rising a little bit, little by little, but we don't have exponential growth in the cases. We gotta see now. Tourists are starting to come, businesses are starting to open. So we are in this like, okay, let's see. But
Yeah.
things are getting better. I think it's a good time to keep doing all this. People are looking for different ways to enjoy life. People are starting to, give me a hug. I miss
That's
you.
the worst
People are
thing.
starting
Give
to
them a
connect
hug.
with nature.
That's how
Yes.
you spread it.
Hmm?
That's how you spread the virus, hugging each other.
Puerto Ricans don't care that much. If you lost a Puerto Rican 2 weeks, 2 months in a house, when it goes out, we will hug other people randomly. Come here, I miss you.
I think that's gonna cause a lot of, you know why the Asians, have it under control? They don't hug.
Yeah, that's the thing, because Asian people, when you say hello, you greet people, you just like do this.
Yeah, we bow.
We
bow.
bow.
Yeah,
But
we
Puerto
don't.
Ricans,
More.
we hug and we kiss.
No, we bow, and we don't shake hands. It depends who it is, It's just bowing. No touching.
Here, if it's the first time that I meet you, I'll handshake. But even though you're female, if it's the second time, I'll kiss you, the cheek. So it's
about
normal.
that, Dr. Zhu.
This is why the coronavirus is serious in South America, right? And Brazil number 3 now. I mean number 2 now, right? United States number 1. Well, the cause and consequence. That's all. Yeah.
But it's a cultural thing. You cannot. It's very difficult to stop a cultural thing.
That's true. That's true.
People are saying, you know what? If I get it, I get it. I think this is what I've heard from people. I kind of think like that, but they say, some people have the potential to get sick. Some people call it karma. They said, if I have the karma to get sick, I will. Meanwhile, I will enjoy life, and I will just keep flowing. And whatever happens, happens. I will just keep flowing with it. So from my side, I try to keep balance. Sometimes I go to places where I feel to protect myself. Sometimes I'm in other places where I'm just natural like that, not wearing masks, but I'm trying to read the place and trying to go with my inner instinct. So I don't know, it's what it is, but Puerto Ricans in general are flowing.
It's like a smoking. Now you know it's not good. Some people still smoke, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people get cancer, some people don't.
Yeah, but I think we have to be smart, you know,
Of course.
smart about it, not foolish.
Yes. No, you're right. Prevention, it's never like something like you it's not bad to prevent. Like, just take precaution.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not hanging in big
Well, I think
clubs.
you just don't do unnecessary things, you know. If it's not necessary, then don't do it.
Yeah.
I think what we have to do now is to focus on trying to decide for ourselves what is a priority and what is not a priority, you know, instead of just doing everything.
It's very funny because businesses, to comply with the law, to stay in the requirements, they don't let you in with a mask. So I'm going to a restaurant or a bar, and they don't let you in without a mask. So I'm in the front door. I gotta do this. Put the mask. Okay, come in. Here's your drink. Take the mask off. It's like so weird because I gotta wear the mask to get in. But once you're in, you can take it off. You need to be able to drink. So it's like that. It's like
Yeah, it is. It doesn't make sense. A lot of it, like, you know, I was telling Dr. Zhu, I wanted to go to the Asian supermarket. So I drove there, but they only allow so many people inside the market, right? At one time. There's a limit. Then you have to wait in line to get in. But the line, you're closer to people. You know, it's like, this doesn't look right. And you gotta wait to get in. So it's worse in a funny way. So I said, I'm waiting 30 minutes to get in, you know? And then one person comes out, okay, next, come in. I mean, it's like, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, strange times. It's very weird. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. How's China, Dr. Su? How's over there? Is it good?
I don't know. Now that they're very nervous on things. You know that in the United States, you know, if one day you have more than 4,000, 5,000 cases, you know, they feel alarmed. But in Beijing, you know, if you have the 100 cases, that's really alarm to them. So are very high, you know. So if you wish on Western standard, they are very good. But from their standard, they're very serious. So the Beijing kind of some block the city, you know, get in and get out is kind of difficult. But otherwise, you know, it's fine. But they are so nervous about it. That's why, you know, I had to postpone a trip again. Yeah. I probably not go for sure. In July, I cannot go to China. Hopefully in August it will be better.
So, like, I think a lot of people have a lot of frustration right now, Dr. Zhu. Unable to do things and go out, and many people cannot work.
That's true. It's hard. Yeah.
It's hard on everybody. I mean,
yeah.
What's one way to help relieve our frustrations?
Yeah, but also I think for those people that are having a hard time during this process, I think it's a matter of change your perspective. Because, for example, this is very sad, but I have a friend that one of his friends suicide during the COVID, during the lockdown. You know, some people are struggling. They mentally cannot handle the stress. No job, no this, no even food, cannot get out of my house. But for me, from my opinion, it was one of the most productive times that I've ever had in my life, because I was, you know, I cannot go out surfing. This just me in my room with my computer. And I said, I was complaining about not having enough time to do my projects. And now, hey, you're locked in your house for 2 months. You know, so for me, I didn't even watch Netflix. I think I watched like 2 series and they were like 10 episodes each. I watched the whole series in one day. So during the whole process, I've been doing this kind of stuff, building drones. I did my website. For me, it was very, very productive. And I said this is a season. Like sometimes we have fruits, sometimes we don't have fruits, sometimes it rains, sometimes it's just dry. So now we are out of society, we are locked, and now we are just going out. So I think it's a matter of changing your perspective of the situation. I don't know, that's how I see it.
That's why I don't have excuse anymore. You know, now I suddenly find I have all the time. Besides, I don't have to cook, you know, so I have all the time. So, you know, so I'm thinking about, okay, I need to start to translate many of my writing to Chinese, like truth, myth, and misconception, like form defines energy, and write more blogs, you know, and I'm writing next 10 days since July 1st. I'm going 10 days. I'm going to write 10 blogs, you know, about the Yin Yang ABC. Yeah. So
I
have all the time.
I have to say though, it depends on your situation. You know, I have people who have small children who cannot go to school. They're with their children all day.
Sure, yeah.
It's very, very stressful. So it depends on your circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so not everybody has all the time. It depends. Your age, your situation, you know, if you're in a small apartment with small children, it's not easy. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And then if one person loses a job, you know, so everybody's situation, I think, is different. And I think you're fortunate that, you know, you're in a position where you are doing your own thing. You don't, you know, if you had a certain kind of job where you have to be at the site, you know, what are you going to do at home? That's nothing you can do. So it's very different for some people.
If I had the opportunity to prevent this COVID thing, and I just wouldn't do it, because this whole thing has created a different mindset in people in general. Now when I see people out there, they are more considerate towards nature. For example, they go to the beach. Now they don't throw too much trash out on the beach. They appreciate more being out. They appreciate more spend time with other people. Like people are doing road trips without getting off their cars just to share time. Hey, come on, let's just drive around and go back home. And you know, things like that were getting lost before COVID. Now people are connecting more with each other, family, texting more, uploading more pictures, doing more live chats or video calls. So I think this situation, for more sad that you can put it is something that in the long run, it's creating a different lifestyle. It's creating a different awareness, and you know, making people more connected with themselves and their environment. I think this is all good. So,
Dr. Z, what do you think about people working from home?
What depends what kind of job, right? I think we
fast food,
talk about
Sorry, Dr. Zeus?
In yang theory, we talk about in every yang there's a yin, every yin there's a yang. So when we are in yin place, we need to look for what's the yang aspect of the yin place, right? So try to get the best out of it, not so good. So that's a question there too. I often ask in a class. So because in yang theory, abundance is yang, scarcity is yin. But since there's yin and yang, and there's yang and yin, so what's a yin in abundance? What's a yang in scarcity? This is one of 10 questions I want to ask in my blog. But we talk about that many times in the class. So what's good in war? What's not so good in peace? Because every day there's yin yang there. So it'll be interesting to think about that.
So what's the good of us being?
What's not good? Of course, abundance is good, right? But what's not good in abundance?
Overabundance. Overindulgence.
So the answer is that waste. You're abundant, you tend to be waste.
Wasteful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what's so good about scarcity?
Appreciation.
You try to create this innovation.
Oh, innovation.
Or something out of nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. So everything has a good and bad aspect.
I think the world was eventually.
Lifestyle.
Sorry.
Lifestyle with coronavirus, that's definitely not good. But it was good then. They try to think about what's good there. Yeah. So it would be interesting. Anyway, I'm asking 10 questions in 10 days.
Okay.
So we'll begin a blog. So I think I might so you Alice can translate can release it as a blog. But the Yin Yang ABC from 1 to 10.
ABC or 1 to 10?
ABC is the beginning. Yeah, ABC, yeah. ABC means beginning.
I see. You mean the intro to Yin Yang theory? Or the fundamentals?
Yeah, ABC.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. I think from the energy point of view, I think in a funny way, the virus is, I think we were leaning toward people working from home because of innovations and AI and social media. We were slowly.
Technology facilitates everything.
But the corona has kind of made it go faster than we expected. You know, the momentum was much quicker. I think we were going in the direction anyway, but it's just much faster. Kind of, I think, unexpectedly.
It was like a push. Hey,
yeah, I think we were pushed. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah. Good.
But it's great. Good things are coming out of this. There's a yin yang and everything. We had bad things, but you know, this is I feel the rising a moment right now. Like you know, I think many people are creating stuff behind the scenes, and now that things are settling down, like all those things are starting to come out. So as he said, innovation. So people are using this COVID, bless you, during this COVID, people are creating. I've been creating a lot of content that I haven't posted. My computer is a little oldie, so I have a little trouble editing high quality videos. So I'm storing. I have a folder. I'm creating content, and soon it will just come out. But I'm in this creative stage while I'm stuck in my house. So
I think that's a good point. I think we should all, you know, because we're confined in our space, we have to create on our own.
and rediscover ourselves. I have found many things about myself. I've been like rediscovering myself, changing habits. As I mentioned, work with my own space. So you know, it's great. It's just about changing your focus.
Yeah, and I think a lot of
You know,
families.
in Yang theory, we
Okay.
talk about the two mechanism. One is the harmony, right? Yin and yang,
Dr. Zhu, can you
and
repeat
resonance,
that?
right?
Can you repeat that?
So
We couldn't hear
why
you.
we feel something good and not good? Can you hear me? Hello?
A little choppy. Can you repeat what you said, please? You're frozen now.
Yeah, internet is not going good.
Oh, he's frozen. Uh-oh.
He got disconnected.
Oh, there you are.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes.
We lost you for a little bit.
What?
Can you repeat again?
I said, why we feel something is good or something is not good? You know, why that, you know, that we can use Yang theory that to explain that. Why, you know, we turn on the light, we flip upward. We turn off, we flip downward. That feel better. Yes, we can explain that from rest, the, you know, the reason. But okay, why we feel good though? Because it's people, right? That means we are that in tune with the natural law. This is why the feel moving up don't feel good. The yang and flip down is yin. We don't feel good. So whatever we feel good or not good is because there's restlessness. Why does somebody but Venus, you know, the statue, you know, beautiful? Because the golden ratio. Hey, because the golden ratio we feel good. It's not golden ratio, we don't feel good. You know, it's restlessness. Everything we feel good, there must be restlessness there.
I see. So even in your house.
Yeah, even house design, you know. I mean, there's all the old design, all the architecture, you know, they also always embedded in the golden ratio, or 0.8, you know, the ratio.
Mm.
This is why we say last time the women need to wear, like to wear high heel shoes. If we wear high heel shoes, we make more close to 0.6.8. I mean, 0.618.
0.618.
The human body not the so you try to push the more to golden ratio. And same the house design and space design.
Yeah, a rectangle feels better than a square.
I have a question. What should I tell, or how should I proceed when someone asks me for my Feng Shui advice and they just like whatever they have that doesn't go with the Feng Shui concepts? Like, for example, to put in simple words, he had bad Feng Shui. I give him an advice. I said, but I like it how it is. I don't like the way you put it. I like this. Even though the flow of chi in the space is not the ideal one, I think I can improve it, but they like it like that. I mean, how do you tell someone, hey, you have bad Feng Shui if they like it like that?
There's two reasons there. Could be two reasons. And one reason to be humble, that, you know, maybe your advice not good. You think it's maybe not good, you know. And second is that people get used to something, not adjust to change it yet. You know, you change right away, they feel strange to them, you know. But if good feng shui there, you know, sooner or later they will feel it, you know, it's better. Yeah. But many people don't want to admit what they had. No, it's not good.
Yeah, it's that I get a lot of this scenario. Hey, Justin, I bought this. Look what I'm going to put it. Blah blah blah. And what do you think from your feng shui perspective? And I like, for me, it's like, don't do it. But I cannot say like that, you know. And I try to, you know, I think it will look better here. I try to, but you know, some people just like it, and you know, it for me, I feel also in a conflict between what the person like and what I think it's more convenient from feng shui perspective. So you know, for me, it's a little hard to deal in when I get in that conflict. I usually try to stay something in balance, you know, but this is what I think looks good, but if you love it like this, just keep it how you love it. But I always get up out of the place with this little spine within me if that will affect the people's life in that are in that environment.
Well,
you
maybe
know,
you have to suggest.
But,
You know?
but 50 years from now, and they became a master, people trust you. You're too young. The image, you know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You know.
you probably went through a lot, Jenny, because you're interior design. You go there, you say, hey, this is what it looks good. And people say, no, but I want it like this.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and they pay you for that. And
not even in feng shui, even in design, you know, they say, oh, what color should I paint this? And I tell them what color, and I go back, it's a different color. Because they say, oh, because I like it. You know, so what can you say? You know, if they like it, they like it.
That's they're making resonance with that they like.
Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's a very strong color, and it can be too much. It can be draining if a whole room is that color. So sometimes I tell them just one wall, please. If you want that color, just one wall.
So do you think the feng shui improvements will not work if they are forced? Like if I tell the people, listen, put your bed here, like even if you don't like it, you will sleep better. And the person every time gets to the bedroom, don't like the setup. Will it sleep better? Even if the setup has the feng shui qualities, but the person don't like it every time he gets in the room, will that person sleep better? Like, will feng shui go over what the person likes?
Dr. Zhu?
I think that, you know, just like a color, you know, or the dress, you know, the fashion lady or more expensive the society, they like a certain color, and the country boy, country lady don't like it, the color, like a different kind of color. Why they like color is resonance. Because everybody's education level and the economic level and the racial level all different. So whatever they feel more resonant is good. So resonance is good, you know. So you don't want to force the high fashion model dress to the, you know, to the farm girl, right?
I see. So then it's very important. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's very important to take in consideration what people's tastes are, what they like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
Are we good for today?
Yeah,
okay.
That was great.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taras. Thank you, Justin. We'll see you next week.
You.
We'll have more questions in a couple of
Have
weeks.
a good day.
Have a
Thanks.
good yeah, take care, everybody.
Yeah, in
Stay
couple.
safe. Wash your hands.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.